At my parents' 20th anniversary, Mom joked about my sister's crush on my husband, and he revealed her past affair in front of everyone. Family gatherings are meant to strengthen bonds. But when my parents invited my husband and me to their 20th anniversary celebration, I felt unease instead of joy. My apprehension stemmed not from a lack of love for them, but from tension surrounding my sister. Attending a parent's anniversary is expected, a family tradition, yet I was conflicted about going. My primary concern was my sister, Emily. Growing up, my younger sister and I, despite being only 2 years apart, never shared a close connection. Much of this stemmed from her resentment toward me, a dynamic rooted in our childhood. Our parents, especially our mother, who had a military background, enforced a strict, competitive environment. Everything, whether racing to the school bus or completing chores, became a contest between us. It wasn't about personal growth, but about outshining the other. Initially, I viewed our rivalry as harmless, even potentially beneficial. We were kids, and a little competition seemed normal. But over time, the dynamic shifted. Emily struggled to keep up, particularly in academics. I excelled in school, earning high grades and praise, which only deepened her struggles. Our mother constantly compared Emily to me, punishing her harshly for falling short, sometimes denying her meals or making her stand in a corner for hours. I saw the toll it took on her, both physically and emotionally. Our mother often held me up as the standard, saying, "Why can't you be more like your sister?" She even made me tutor Emily, hoping it would boost her grades. I wanted to help, but Emily was under immense pressure. She wasn't academically inclined. She thrived outdoors, full of energy and imagination. Studying bored her, no matter how much effort she put in. The constant comparisons and expectations began to wear her down. Emily's resentment toward me grew, and I understood why. She felt perpetually inadequate, always in my shadow. I didn't enjoy being our mother's favorite either. It brought its own pressure. When I tried to speak up for Emily, I was reprimanded. Then, just before I left for college, a shocking event shook our family. Emily overdosed on sleeping pills. Thankfully, our parents found her in time, and doctors saved her life. That moment was a wake-up call. The incident forced my parents, especially my mother, to confront the pain Emily had been hiding. They began therapy with her, and their approach shifted dramatically. They treated her with extreme caution, as if she might break at any moment. Over the years, I apologized to Emily for not doing more when we were younger, trying to mend our relationship. But my parents' overprotective behavior persisted, treating her like a fragile child. This overcompensation wasn't healthy. After high school, when my mother pushed Emily to attend college, she threatened self-harm again, insisting she couldn't leave home or pursue higher education. As a result, she never held a stable job, often losing positions due to absences or conflicts. She still lives with our parents, rent-free, relying on them for everything: food, bills, essentials. While Emily no longer has diagnosed mental health issues beyond past depression and attends therapy sporadically, she functions relatively well, socializing with a party-heavy crowd. But she funds her lifestyle entirely with our parents' money. This frustrates me deeply. My parents never push her to take responsibility, fearing it might trigger another crisis. Emily seems to exploit this fear. When they asked me to contribute financially to their expenses, I refused. They're retired, with limited income, and Emily contributes nothing. But I can't keep subsidizing them when she lives so carelessly. Other incidents, which I'll explain later, also made it impossible for me to help. My husband knows our family's history and has little patience for Emily. Beyond her dependence on our parents, she's made him uncomfortable repeatedly. From the day they met, Emily has flirted with him, standing too close, making suggestive comments, and brushing it off as playful when confronted. My parents downplay her behavior, calling it an innocent crush, and sometimes even encouraging it. For instance, when my husband, then my boyfriend, first met them, my mother remarked, "You'd be a better match for Emily. You share the same humor." My father agreed, saying Emily's personality suited him more. We laughed it off initially, thinking it was a joke, but these comments persisted. They'd say things like, "He's so much like Emily," as if I were the wrong choice. On our wedding day, my mother even pulled my husband aside and asked, "Are you sure you want to marry Marisol?" It was devastating. After a heated argument, I cut contact with them temporarily. They apologized, promising to stop, but at Emily's next birthday, they pushed my husband to pose closely with her for photos. He refused, and we left early. We stopped attending family events involving Emily, no birthdays, no gatherings. My husband and I distanced ourselves entirely. But my mother insisted we attend their 20th anniversary, citing the presence of extended family and the risk of questions if we didn't show. I knew Emily's presence would cause issues, and my husband was uneasy. While I wanted to see distant relatives, the potential drama wasn't worth it. I'm not seeking advice on attending but needed to share this, as the invitation stirred up memories of my childhood. Update 1. Thank you to everyone who read my post. I didn't expect such a response. My husband suggested that skipping the event might force my parents to make excuses for our absence, which could reflect poorly on us. He proposed attending and confronting any inappropriate behavior from Emily or my parents publicly, ensuring no one could twist the narrative later. It's a bold idea, but I'm wary it could backfire. Update 2. We attended the anniversary, and the outcome was surprisingly positive. My parents were thrilled to see me, and my mother hugged me, saying she hadn't expected us. Things went smoothly until dinner, when an aunt jokingly asked Emily why she was still single and if she had a secret boyfriend. Emily blushed, avoiding the question. Then my mother loudly announced, "Oh, she doesn't have a boyfriend, but she's got a huge crush on her sister's husband." She pointed at my husband, laughing childishly. My father joined in, and an aunt even asked my husband if he had any brothers or cousins for Emily. I was furious but prepared. I stood and addressed my mother loudly. "How dare you talk about my husband like this? You promised to respect our boundaries, yet here you are, joking about Emily's crush like it's funny." I turned to the table, asking, "Do you think it's normal for someone to openly crush on their sibling's spouse, and for the family to laugh about it?" Silence followed. I confronted Emily. "You've been inappropriate with my husband for years, flirting, texting him late at night despite his requests to stop, touching him when he's uncomfortable. You act like it's a joke." I asked the table, "Do you think this is okay?" No one responded. I turned to my parents. "You've made comments for years about how my husband and Emily would be a better match, even on our wedding day. That's sick and disrespectful." I called out my aunt, asking if she'd tolerate such comments about her daughter's partner. She shook her head. I added, "Why is it okay when it's done to me?" My father looked furious but stayed silent when I challenged him. My mother, panicking, claimed it was just a joke and an innocent crush. Then my husband spoke up. "If everything's a joke, was your affair with the neighbor just for fun too?" He revealed my mother's past infidelity, a secret I'd shared with him. "You begged my father not to leave when he found out. Was that a joke too?" My mother was stunned, then furious, accusing him of crossing a line. My father defended her, calling my husband disrespectful. I backed him up. "You crossed the line by making my husband the butt of your jokes and excusing Emily's behavior. She's not a child, she's an adult who needs a wake-up call." My mother cried, playing the victim, while Emily accused me of ruining the event. I told her, "You let mom announce your crush like it's cute and didn't stop her. You're not the victim here." As the arguing escalated, my husband and I left. Family members later sent supportive messages, and my aunt apologized for not intervening. Overall, it felt like a victory. We'd exposed the dysfunction publicly. My husband was right to push for attending. Update 3. Things have been quiet since the event. My parents left a few calm voicemails, likely fearing we'd reveal more secrets. We said what needed saying, though we could have phrased things differently in the heat of the moment. My husband planned to call Emily a loser, but focused on my mother's affair instead. We grabbed fast food after leaving, laughing over burgers about the night's events. It felt cathartic. Update 4. 6 months later, updates are due. Despite warnings, Emily sent my husband strange love letters. Even after threatening police involvement, she persisted. Then, we got exciting news. We're expecting a baby. We shared it online, which was a mistake. Recently, Emily showed up at our house, waiting on our porch. My husband, feeling unsafe, drove away as she chased him, begging to talk. We called the police, who arrested her, given her prior letters. She's out on bail, paid by my parents, but faces trial. Our lawyer says defending her could cost $10,000, $20,000, a burden my parents can't easily bear. A restraining order is in process. It feels vindictive, but Emily's refusal to stop and my parents' inaction justify the consequences. Update 5. Much has happened. Emily violated the restraining order soon after it was granted, costing my parents their bail money. She lost her trial, serving 6 months in jail and receiving court-ordered therapy. My parents divorced. My father, humiliated by the public exposure of my mother's affair and Emily's behavior, finally left. My mother and Emily live together, both working to afford expenses after losing their home. Family members have distanced themselves, refusing to lend money or stay connected. Social media has spread the story, making it hard for them to rent locally. My father moved out of state. My mother and Emily relocated nearby, as Emily can't leave due to court restrictions. Life is happier for us, and motherhood is a joy. Emily remains a potential threat, but her record and the restraining order limit her actions. I'm grateful for the support, and will update as things progress. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.